everybody, this is Catherine St-Pierre at Physikinaction. We are on week 7, day 6. It's the weekend. Are you happy? I'm happy. Okay, so far you've seen many different things in our meditations or visualization or focusing or however you want to call that. We've seen a bit of everything, you know, from the imaginative to the senses. So today we're going to be working on a scan. We've already worked on week 1, we did the pyramid scan, and then on week, I think it was 5 that we did the internal, we went down to the lungs. Now we're going to do the whole body in a seated position, so it doesn't matter if you're sitting straight up or if you're sitting on the ground or if you're sitting in a lazy boy. I just want to make sure that you stay aware the whole time, because it's quite difficult to follow through. This is something that works really well when you're one-on-one with me, and I can kind of just poke at you or touch you, and then oops, you realize where you are in the meditation. This, with your eyes closed, you really have to use your imagination and have to feel your senses very strongly. So if you're not quite attuned with that yet, I would suggest practicing day 1, like the first meditation that we did, a lot, okay, because that's gonna really light your senses up. Okay, so for this one, seated position, somewhere comfortable where you won't move much, where you won't be disturbed, and you can actually really listen carefully. Okay, best way I can explain that is you're gonna imagine that you're gonna have a paintbrush with you, and I'll kind of guide you to where your paintbrush should be applied at the moment that it's applied. These meditations are usually done if you do like a Vipassana 10-day meditation. This is like day 6, so 60 hours of meditation gets you to roughly where we're going today. If you've been practicing it every day for 6 weeks, I guess you're doing pretty well, but you're nowhere near the 60 hours, okay? So you're gonna imagine this paintbrush, and I'll be telling you roughly where to go, and the motion will be front side first and then back side after, only because it's kind of hard to imagine them both. At some point I wanted to do more like a mummy wrapping you up, but I think it's too soon yet. So the paintbrush, which you'll imagine, is it going by from one side, overlapping to the other, as if you were painting a wall, and overlapping, and I'll tell you which height you're at, and from left to right. So it doesn't matter if you're going from here to here or from here to here, as long as you're just slightly overlapping where I'm telling you to. Are you ready for that? Yeah, it gets a little intense. Now I don't want you to imagine the feeling of the brush. It's not that I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine that area covered. The feeling that is on your skin at that area, okay? So grab your spot. Once you're ready, close your eyes and take 3 deep, full, slow breaths. I'd like for you to try to let the brain stop functioning for a minute. It has to stop thinking of all the little things that need to be done. Right here, right now, we are going to be feeling our outer body. Take this imaginary brush of yours. We'll stop at the very top of your head. At this point, you will start at the very top, the crown, roughly around the center point where your ears are. And you're going to go from one side to the other, very slowly painting. Want to make sure that every little spot is covered. And you will feel, this is what we're doing, we are feeling every little spot on the body. So you're feeling your hair. Maybe you have some buzzing or some itching. Maybe you have some spots that have no sensation, which is okay, but just be aware of it. And you're going from one side up towards the front of your face and back towards the side. And you're coming down. You will be right now, right about where your hairline is on your forehead. And gently going to the other side. You may not notice anything yet, and it's okay. Trust me, when there's something to notice, you will. Now we're painting from one side, coming around roughly where your temple is, just under the hairline, and over the temple, back to the other side. And now you're going to come back through just above the ears, just at the temple, right above the eyebrows, up to the temple on the other side, above the ear on the other side. Try to pay attention to all of the sensations that might be in those areas as you're passing through. Try to keep that sensation feeling superficial. Temperature of the air on your skin. If there's any wind or the air is moving from ventilation. What's the moisture like? Any tingling? Any prickling? Any tickling? And now we're going to go from the mid-ear right across the eyebrows, center where your nose hits, the bridge of your nose, the other eyebrow, the temple, back to the mid-ear. And we're overlapping slightly. Try to notice all those sensations. If you go really slow in your scan, you will be much more precise. So crossing the center of the ear, the lower part of your temple. Now we're going to your eyes. Spend a little bit more time here. You actually want to paint circles and paint it in your mind's eye, actually moving your eye, feeling that outer part. Over your nose, drawing another circle over your eyes. To your temple. I'm sorry, I got it's weekend. Back to the other temple and to your ear. Now we're going to the lower part of your ear, coming across your cheekbone, up onto the bridge of your nose, over the other cheekbone, just under the temple, to the lower ear. Now we're going down just a little bit more to the earlobe and across the center of your jaw, and the upper jaw part, the lower cheek part, where your nostrils are and your upper lip, over through your cheekbone and to your earlobe. Take your time. Notice how you feel. We don't want you to just concentrate on where you're at, but rather what you're feeling. If any thoughts come into your mind, let them go by like clouds in the sky. Don't pay too much attention. If you need to, take a deep breath. And go on to the next position. just below the earlobe and around your lower cheek, over your mouth, and to the other side, just below the ear. Now we're coming down. You will be following the whole jawline. So follow your full jawline, going right to the chin, nice and easy, and over, almost to the edge, and back under the ear. Now we're going to start at the same spot under your ear, but this time you will go below the jawline. So you're going to basically do the upper part of your neck or your throat. Now these sensations vary a little. Your face is sensitive, and when you come to other parts of the body, you won't feel the same kind of sensation. So let's start from the lower ear, come across below the jawline, under your neck, and over, again under the jawline, to the other side. Now we're going a little bit lower. Feel how your skin and the air are interacting. What's that temperature? What's that humidity? Is there any itchiness? Remember, we're superficial. Is there anything that is hot, cold, wet, dry, prickly, tingly, tickly? Keep on going. We're going down your neck, just a little, just under the Adam's apple for men and for women, well, where it would be, thyroid area, and to the other side. Now we should be right about now at your trapezius, so the top of your shoulder, following the collarbone. Okay, so from here, we're going to go to the very end of one of your shoulders, the very top of it, and then you're going to come across slowly where your breastbone is, collarbone. Keep on going over. And you should feel, women, your bra strap through here, the pressure that it can create. For the men, I hope you're not having a bra strap issue. Pay attention to all of the sensations. If you're very calm, you will feel at this point all of your clothing that is touching you, your heartbeat and your breathing impact, the impact that's created against your clothes is very strange when you pay attention to that. Now, you're going to start going down the one arm, wherever you're at right now with your paintbrush. Now this would be to the back side, but not completely around, okay? To the back side of your arm, and then you're gonna come in towards the inside of your arm, so where your armpit is. So we're gonna start at the back, shoulder height, and go slowly towards the side, and inwards towards the armpit. You're at the very top, so you can't go inside the arm yet. And then double up over, just a little bit lower on your shoulder cap, to the side and to the back. Now starting just slightly lower from the back, you will come across the side. Try to notice if you're wearing a t-shirt, maybe that's where the actual seam is, and going towards the front. And now you will be going into the armpit. So we're basically circling the arm without actually going in circles. We're doing like 3/4 of a turn. And all the way back to the front, side, and back. Going down the back of your tricep, and over to the side, towards the front, and on the inner part towards your bicep. Going down slightly more. You're going up to the front, to the side, and into the back. Now just above the elbow, we're going to the side, to the front, in the inside. Now here we're going to be at the elbow. The elbow does a lot of different moves. It's sometimes rougher skin, it's often more irritated. So notice if there's any difference in that spot. We're going to go around in circles as if we were making a bandage. Okay? So you go around your whole elbow and you'll slightly overlap to go down towards the forearm. Try to pay attention to the feeling that is happening in that area. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it itchy? Is it tickly? Is it prickly? Is it smooth? All of these sensations. Now we're going to do circles from this part on to the end of your hand as opposed to left and right. So we'll keep on making that bandage kind of a feeling with your paintbrush. Go around your forearm slowly and overlap gently every time you go through. Keep on going down your forearm. If you lose track of where you are, take a deep breath and concentrate on my voice, and then concentrate on your skin. Keep on going. You're almost at the wrist. Now the wrist is also an important joint that may feel different. You may have inflammation there, you might have a strain, you might have something on the inside that's showing up on the outside. Sometimes swelling, sometimes heat, sometimes numbness, sometimes fuzziness. Notice all of those potential feelings. You're going down the hand, circle around the thumb, 2-3 wraps around the thumb, going down to the index, 2-3 wraps around the index. How do they feel? 2-3 wraps around the middle finger, 2-3 wraps around the ring finger, 2-3 wraps around the pinky. Now you're going to take that same paintbrush and you're going to go on the inside of your hand where the palm is, and you will draw from the tip of your pinky finger to the base of your hand, from the tip of your ring finger to the base of your hand, the tip of your middle finger to the base of your hand, the tip of your index finger to the base of your hand, the tip of your thumb to the base of your hand. Now scribble your base of your hand. What does that feel like? What's the sensation in there? Now climb up in a straight line from your hand, past your wrist on the inside, all the way up to your elbow, still on the inside, and all the way up to your armpit, still on the inside, and come back up just below the collarbone. Now we're going to go across to the other arm by the chest. Keep on going, and we are on to the other arm. Now because we're at the top of the shoulder, we will go back and forth. So you're going all the way to the back of the shoulder, come to the side, then to the front, then towards the inside, and go down a little bit, and over to the front, to the side, to the back, come down slightly more, And now you're just where the tricep is. So you're going towards the front and on the inside, coming down halfway through where your bicep is, and towards the front and the side and the back. We're almost at the elbow, so one more pass through, towards the side, towards the front, on the inside. Remember, you're not just passing through, you are noticing all the sensations that may be in those areas. There's no need to analyze the why or what you're feeling. Just notice what's there. You're not there to judge. You're just there to notice. Now, at this point, you'll probably be feeling pieces or body parts that you've already gone through. You've made yourself a little bit more in tuned. Try to let those go by like clouds in the skies as well. You really want to pay attention to what we're doing right here, right now. Take a deep breath. And start making circles at the elbow joint, trying to notice all of those little sensations. Keep going around and overlapping slightly down. Keep going round and round, feeling all of the little sensations. We are going down the forearm, going around to the side, to the front, to the side, to the back. Overlap, going down, breathe, notice, pay attention. Making our way to the wrist. Overlapping at the wrist a few times, since it's something that tends to be more mobile, more action. Notice for temperature. Is it tight? Is it loose? Is it hot? Is it cold? Prickly, tingly, itchy, numb. Now we're going to bandage, going down to the thumb, all the way around, 2-3 times to the tip, and 2-3 times around the index, 2-3 times around the middle finger, 2-3 times around the ring finger, 2-3 times around the pinky finger. Now take your paintbrush and draw from the end of your pinky finger all the way to the base of the hand, and from the end of your ring finger to the base of your hand, and from your middle finger to the base of the hand, and from your index finger to the base of the hand, and from the end of your thumb to the base of the hand. Now dip that paintbrush in some water, color the whole palm, feel that. What does it feel like? Now go from the palm of your hand on the inside of your wrist all the way up to your elbow, and from your elbow all the way up to the armpit. Good. And now we're going to go across your chest. Now the chest is a big area. You may want to use a bigger paintbrush. And you will have a paintbrush that's 2 or 3 inches wide, because that'll work much better for those areas. And you'll start right under the armpit to the one side. You're going to climb to the top of your chest, just above your breast, And you'll go right straight across your sternum, all the way to the other side, under your armpit. And when you go slowly down, and you will come around the rib cage to the top and across right under your breast and over your ribs, down under into your armpit. You are going down slightly lower, and you're going to be coming where your last few floating ribs are, over your stomach, and over to the other side, and back towards the back. Now you've covered a big area there. You might notice many things there, especially your clothing against your skin, your breathing, your heartbeat. These are things that are very easy to notice in that area. We're going just below the ribs, and then we're going on the lower part of your stomach, so the higher part of your belly. Usually there's a lot of action going in there, especially if you just ate. So pay attention to that superficial feeling and not the internal feeling. And all the way back to the other side. Now we're coming through at the belly button height, so mid-waist, I guess you want to call it. Come up, over to the belly button, and over to the other side. Now we're going down just a little bit lower. We'll be following the hip bone and into the lower belly, over to the other side. Again, pay attention to the superficial, which would probably be your underwear or pant line. We're going down just a little bit further, and you have it at the upper hip bone, going across and onto your, just above the pelvis, all the way to your other hip. And then we're going down so that you're right at the level of your pubic bone. So your lower hip on top of your upper thigh to the pubic bone, upper thigh of the other leg, down towards your bum. Now we're going down your thigh, but we're still using the big brush to do your legs, okay? So the first pass through, we're going from the back to the top of your thigh, to the inner thigh, but as soon as we go to the next, we'll be doing our circles. So come back through to the upper and the inner, and remember sensations. If you're wearing shorts, you will feel your short line. If you're wearing pants, try to notice that sensation right there. Now we are doing circles with this wide paintbrush. And you're going down from the upper thigh and to the side, and to the back and the inside, going back to the top, slightly overlapping, and to the side and to the back and to the inside. Take a deep breath and release. We're going to the front and the side and the back and on the inside. We're just above the knee. Now I want you to do 3 passes on a knee, just above, right in the center, and just below. Pay attention to all of those feelings. If they're bent in your seated position, you will feel much different than if you're laying down. Go around and over and back and inside and on top and outside and behind, under the knee and to the inside, to the front, to the side. Now we're climbing our way down to the calf. Now much action goes through there. Ladies, if you shave your legs, you will definitely feel that superficial, it's a sensation that is very distinct. So keep going down your thigh, your calf, sorry there. Keep going down, all the way down. One more turn above your ankle. And your ankle is something that moves a lot and have different sensations. Try to notice maybe your sock line, if you're wearing shoes, the feeling, difference in temperature. And now we're going to go from your ankle around, down under your heel, and over to the top of your foot, and back down, covering the sole, and over again. And now the pads of your feet, and over. And we're going to take our mini brush. Let's switch the mini brush. We're going to do the big toe, 2 wraps. Whoop, whoop. And we're going to do the second toe, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. Now take your paintbrush and paint all of the sole of your foot, making your way up under the calf, to the behind of your knee, all the way up your thigh, onto your bum, and crossing over to the other leg, starting at the very top and going around from the inside to the top, to the side, and to the back, bringing it back into the center, just above the knee, and to the front, and the side, and the back. One more time before we actually get to the knee. Take your time. Think about all of those little feelings in front and side and back. Around the knee 3 times, overlapping gently. Is there any buzzing? Any prickling? Any tingling? Heat? Cool? Any sensation? All the way under the knee and over. Now we're going to go down the calf. So make sure that you're doing nice, even strokes, slightly overlapping, and front, and side, and back, inside, and front, and side, and back, inside, to the front, just above the ankle, to the side, to the back, to the inside. Now a couple whirls around your ankles. Since they're moving parts, you may have some issues there. Could be itchy, dry skin, could be heat from inflammation, could just be your sock line. You may have a bit of swelling, which you would maybe feel in that part of your body. And whisk underneath the sole, up towards the top, and back underneath the sole, and back on top to the foot pads. Yes, and now you're going to switch to your small brush. Take a deep breath and concentrate. Whirl around your big toe, your second toe, your third toe, your fourth toe, your pinky toe, and then rubbing from the tip of your pinky to the base of your foot and to the tip of your fourth finger or toe to the base of your foot, and your middle toe to the base of your foot, and your second toe to the base of your foot, to your big toe to the base of the foot. Paint the whole sole and notice what you feel. How's it feel? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it tingly? Switch to your big brush, going up your heel, the back of your leg, up your calf, up behind your knee, up behind your thigh, up to your bum. And take a deep breath here. And concentrate. Now your back is a very sensitive spot. You will tend to feel a lot, all the nerves go through there, so you will feel a lot of things, especially if you are laying in a chair like a lazy boy. You will feel all of your pressure of your body. So pay attention to this. Start at the lower part of your bum, from one side with the big brush, all the way towards the center where your tailbone is, and back towards your other hip bone. Come slightly up, and you're going to follow your hips all the way, all the low back, and back to the side. Going up just above the hip bone, and towards the center, and back to the side. From the side to the lower ribs, back to the center, and over to your lower ribs. Take a deep breath. Keep paying attention to all of the sensations. Clear your mind of any thoughts. Only listen to the sound of my voice. And pay attention to your feelings, here and now, from your lower ribs, all the way to your backbone, and around to the other side, going up just a little, and at this point you are just below the shoulder blades, where your heart might be, coming to your backbone and over to the other side, climbing up just underneath the armpit, covering your shoulder blades into your spine, over the other shoulder blade and into your armpit. Here you may feel a lot of tingling or pinching. Those are natural sensations in those areas. Climbing to the outer part of your shoulder. And we're going to come across the shoulder, the rest of the top of the shoulder blade, back to your backbone, over the other shoulder blade, onto your shoulder. Now we're going to the very top of your shoulder, and we're going all the way up onto your trap, and over, and onto the other side of the trap, going to the other shoulder. Now we're coming to the top, so we're going to paint from the, as if you were painting down onto something, the top of your shoulder, going up slightly on your neck, over to the other side, back down on the shoulder, and we're going to start that same point again. Now you're going to be feeling a little bit more. The neck is a tender spot where your hairs begin. You will definitely feel your head and your scalp a lot more. So you're going up the shoulder, up the neck to the very base where your hairline is. And we're going to your ear. So you're doing the same motion as you were to the front at the very beginning, but at the back of your head at this time. Take a deep breath, switch your brush. We're going with the small brush. We're almost to the top. Follow your hairline from your earlobe all the way down and back up to the other earlobe. Going up just a bit, starting from that same earlobe, but just going more straight across to a little indentation, the occipital, and then back to your earlobe. In the scalp, we tend to feel a little bit more of a buzz or a tingliness, usually. Sometimes a tightness. The sensations are different. Pay attention to the feelings. Now we're going up just about center ear, and we're coming all the way to the back and back to the center of the ear. And we're climbing just above the ear, and we're going all the way back to the top of the ear, back and up slightly, and we're almost at the crown. We're coming up by the temple where the hairline begins, going all the way back and all the way around, back to the temple, climbing up to basically the top of your head for 2 more strokes. Going all the way to the back, all the way to the front where your forehead head is. And now you're just gonna paint a circle at the top of your head until you hit the very top. Pay attention to all of those little hairs on your head. You will feel them if you pay attention to them. I wish for you to take 3 deep breaths. Feel how your body is aware here and now. Pay attention to your whole body. Now take 3 deep breaths, full, deep, slow. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Make little wrist circles and ankle circles. And open your eyes. I know this is a long meditation, but this meditation, as you get used to it, you'll be able to create or recreate that painting motion much quicker and feeling all the little sensations. Eventually you'll be able to feel sort of like a buzzing. Your body feels like it's buzzing, and that buzz is you. It's your energy. We're all made of energy, but to feel the energy is insane. It's like totally cool. So I wish for you to practice this often, and we'll have some more meditations. We have a few more to go, like 4 or 5 more. And you will have some more scan, but internal. It's quite different. It's much different. So until Monday, have a great weekend and the best.